Emmet Mullins is on track for his best ever season in Ireland, and he's looking forward to the Cheltenham Festival, where he will look to add to his two prior festival winners.
Horses are running well. We've had a nice DRF, and I suppose we've had plenty of placed horses this year, but look, they're not falling out the back of the screen, so we can't complain.
As you mentioned, a great DRF, Backmersackme getting the job done in the 2 mile 5 handicap chase. He's going to threaten to do that for quite a while. It must have been great to see it come together.
That's it. We weren't even sure on the day whether the trip would suit, but he's a horse that had been threatening, and there was always a big performance going to be in him.
Will he now back up at Cheltenham, and if so, in what type of race?
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'd say we should be heading for the National Hunt Chase. But yeah, no, look, he's opened the door for even the novice handicap, I suppose, but probably going to be unlikely on better ground, but he'll have plenty of entries, I'm sure.
Do you feel that run at Leopardstown has kind of opened up more options than you potentially thought were available to him trip-wise?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose, yeah, just to be able to cope with that drop in trip was great, but he had a nice run over the course and distance for the likes of the Kim Muir, I think, back in October. So yeah, no, there's plenty of options. You've
had plenty of horses this year that have kind of been rapidly progressive. One of them being Dream On Baby. She was a very good second at Doncaster last time. You must have been delighted with that run.
Yeah, she's as tough a filly as I've had. She runs a race every time. Yeah, no, she's a tough, hardy filly. Should probably go for the Mayor's Hurdle. What turns up on the day is going to be anyone's guess, but she'll run a race, and we'd be delighted if she could get into the semicircle and place in the first 4.
Well, as you say, Lossymouth and Hoodoo aside, she's quite closely matched with Feet of a Dancer, who's third favourite for the race, and I think you're a 50-1 chance.
Yeah, so yeah, no, exactly, and she's a tough, hardy filly, and she'll enjoy the hill. I wouldn't rule her out of an each way bet. Did
you ever think she was going to be the same mare that she's ended up being?
She's always shown a bit. I was probably a bit surprised the first day when she won her maiden hurdle. It was a big price in Thurles, but on the back of that she's been consistent, and she's slowly gone up through the grades. We tried to win a flat maiden with her, but I think we bumped into 1 or 2 nice horses, and yeah, no, she's been a very consistent type, and a bit of nicer ground will suit her too. She won well in Kempton before Christmas as well when she travelled over.
And you've had great fun with It's On The Line over the last number of years for JP in these hunter chases. He seems to be as good as ever, and I'm sure going back for the Foxhunters?
Yes, he'll go back to the Foxhunters. I suppose we've knocked on the door a few times now. He's been runner-up 3 years in a row. So I think this year we're going to try something a bit different. After Down Royal, we've had 1 point-to-point run. We might give another point-to-point run this weekend maybe, and just a bit more low-key and keep him sweet, and try that, and see if we can get 4th time lucky.
He's always come across like a little bit of an enigma. Is that the same at home, or is it just on the racetrack?
Yeah, no, it's on his terms, and to be fair, I think that's kind of why I want to get the 2 point-to-point runs into him rather than work him at home. So yeah, we'll just let him get fit race to race, let that bring him on. He doesn't need any hard work at home.
You won the big DRF handicap hurdle last year with McLaurey, who then slightly disappointed in the county hurdle after that. He seems to be kind of finding his way over fences, and it wasn't a bad run last time in a pretty deep rated novice at Down Royal. Yeah, no, that was a nice run in Down Royal. I suppose even his first 2 runs of beginners were nice runs, and he jumped well. Disappointing on his first handicap run, but we can put that down to just the handicap experience. But no, he's a nice horse. He's going the right way, and he hit the line well in Down Royal. I suppose maybe a step out and trip, but he'll probably get an entry in the handicap chases there as well, the Grand Annual, and maybe the novice handicap and the plate potentially. Yeah.
What's next for Soldier in Milan after his season thus far?
He was found to have a defibrillating heart in Leopardstown post-race, so we'd had to go through a few different things. He spent a night overnight in a angle seat with a monitor, and everything seems to have checked out. He righted himself overnight, and he's back on track. It was an encouraging run in Gorn, considering how little experience he had.
He seemed to come with a decent enough reputation going into his bumper at Punchestown last year, beat a very good horse in King Rasco Grey as well. How good do you think he actually could be?
Yeah, we've skipped the hurdling campaign. He's such a big, powerful type, and no, we've always held him in high regard, and fingers crossed he'll reward us. But for now, I suppose, since that blip in Leopardstown, it's just one day at a time with him, I suppose.
You've done that plenty of times with other horses as well, other high quality horses, either spending very little time over hurdles or skipping a campaign completely. What's your reasonings behind that?
I suppose Fernilly is probably the most notable one, and I'm not sure. We were just trying to get chase experience into him, and if it panned out, great, and if it didn't, we had next season, and it's pretty much probably going to be the same with Soldier Milan. If everything works out, great, we have a grade 1 under our belts and no one can ever take that away, and if not, we can build on next year as well. So yeah, potentially then if you're not at that grade 1 level, you have the experience and you're battle hardened for the proper big handicaps next season.
And you've had a bit of success with the O'Neill family as well, with Manila Emperor, who obviously bumped into a horse of Willie's that's only a 10-to-1 shot for the Albert Bartlett last time at Thurles.
Yeah, he's been a brilliant horse for us. Michael has come in and he started riding out for the last year or two. I think he originally started with the Corinthian Challenge, and that's what got him into it. And he rode a winner in Paul Byrne's colours on Slate Lane, and I think he mimicked the colours a bit for his own racing colours.
And just mentioning those colours, Luigi Deloy was a good winner on Sunday actually in a bumper. He came from a pretty deep French race that's worked out well. He must have been excited with what you saw there.
Yeah, no, I think he could be a very exciting horse. Unfortunately, with the hurdle run in Otay, I don't think he's qualified for Cheltenham or for Punchestown Championship bumpers, but I think we'll probably just take our time and stay bumpers this year. We might pick up another bumper with Michael, hopefully in Ferios, maybe at Easter, but he's a horse that I think with that bit of age on his side and experience, he could be very competitive in the middle to stay in novice hurdles next winter.
And just finally, with the types of horses that you're going to be bringing over to the Cheltenham Festival, what would you believe to be your best chance?
I suppose it's a frustrating one, but I think hopefully it's on the line. He's been there, we know he's not far away from the grade, and yeah, fingers crossed we can find some bit of a difference this year to get our head across the line in front.